Hi, it's Tony, and I'm going to see Kevin Norton from Nurturing Nortons to go through the small interview project. Today I'm with Kevin Norton from Nurturing Nortons, and he's going to go through the small interview project. So how are you today, Kevin?
Well, thanks, and how are you, Tony?
I'm excellent. I'm excellent. Looking forward to the break, so it's good. Nurturing Nortons, tell me, what do you do?
Well, at this stage, we help people through training courses and a lot of personal tuition and also some counselling.
Okay. And targeting what type of, is it businesses, is it individuals, groups?
At the moment, we obviously do target the public service for some of the training, but we also do business training as well,
Okay.
helping people get started in business. And as far as the personal tuition goes, I do that all over Canberra,
Right.
so the car wears out very fast.
No, that's good. So tell me about, why did you go into business? Why did you start Nurturing Nortons?
Well, a lot of my relatives have been very successful at business,
Right.
and I started to wonder what I was doing in the public service. And it worked out really well. I got a package, bought an investment house, did wonderfully well out of that, and got away to a very good start in business. Although, of course, one of the challenges in business is getting known and people to trust you. And I have experienced in recent times the great value of referrals.
Right.
For example, I've had one family where I tutored 3 of their children, and they've referred me to 9 other families so far.
Wow, okay.
There's another family that's heading in the same direction.
Yep.
So the power of referrals is really important.
Absolutely. Very, very powerful. I couldn't agree more. If you had your time over again, would you do anything different? How long's Nurturing Norton's been around?
We've been in business for nearly 16 years.
Okay.
And of course we've had to keep changing as markets have changed.
Absolutely.
At some stages I've had up to 7 consultants helping me on an ad hoc basis.
Right.
At the moment I'm doing most of the work myself, but I do have one very, very clever, talented person who helps me whenever his skills are needed.
All right. So if you were to start the business today from as new, what would you do differently to 16 years ago?
Well, I'd know where to go and get the information, wouldn't I? Whereas coming straight out of the public service, it was very hard to know how to start a business,
Right.
and where to get the information.
Okay.
Whereas now, of course, I know there's a lot of information around,
Yep.
and a huge amount of it is free because of government funding.
Definitely, definitely. Okay, no, that's good. It's probably sound advice for new people as well, because a lot of people don't get that information before they start. So people are probably still making the same mistakes that you said you made 16 years ago. People are still doing it today. So
yes, it's great to be able to
hindsight's good.
short circuit that process so they don't
Absolutely.
make the same mistakes.
Absolutely, we can only hope. How do you balance working on your business versus in your business?
Well, at this stage, everything just runs very smoothly, as long as you keep a good diary. And
Right.
I'm lucky to have a wife that keeps me on track and organised all the time.
Yep.
I don't need to review the business a lot.
Right.
However, at this age, I do need to think about what am I going to do when I get older.
Right.
And an online business would be ideal.
Yep. Okay, so you're looking at making another transition to the business potentially.
Yes,
Yeah,
if I can get time from running Nurturing Nortons.
Yep. It never stops, does it? You mentioned before that referrals or getting known was one of the early challenges you had. Is that the biggest challenge you think that exists in business today?
It can be.
Right.
Although it's easy to start a new business if you've already been working in that business,
Yep.
maybe as an employee
Yes.
or manager. Then it's so much easier to make the transition, and that building up your reputation might be a lot shorter.
Yeah, absolutely.
But typically, I think it can often take up to 3 to 5 years to get that business started.
Yep. Yep.
And so it's very wise to keep your daytime job, or to make sure somebody's got some income coming in while that's happening.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, you don't want to put everything into the risks for the business unless you have a very solid, and fairly immediate cash sort of positive business as well, do you?
Yes, and of course, the market research we do before we start our business is absolutely crucial.
Absolutely, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. So on that note, advice for new people. What advice would you give to the new person coming into business today?
Don't rush into it.
Right.
Unless it's really urgent and desperate, because it takes quite a while to get known, to build up your networks,
Yep.
to do your market research really well. You may even do your small business plan and find that the business is not viable. It's going to earn $10 a month. Okay,
Yeah.
So then you may need to look at a different business.
Absolutely.
So it's worth taking that time to do it well, and also to get yourself some mentors.
Yep.
All the guidance they give may not be right, so still evaluate it.
Yep.
But that help can be invaluable.
Absolutely. Excellent, Kevin. Look, some very, very solid and very sound advice there. Obviously, a lot of experience and growing Nurturing Nortons throughout the last sort of 16 years. So, thank you very much for taking part in the interview project.
Thank you very much.
Okay.